Oh no, we got some offensive players in here. I'm going to have to tone it down because these dirty cheaters are in here studying the enemy. Classic. For any defensive coach has experienced this, that all of a sudden you got in a pressure one day and all of a sudden it gets picked up perfect every time you call it. Like, interesting. I wonder how they knew it was coming every single time. Must have some code words or something. So anyway, scripts might be getting changed. You guys don't know, Marty. We're going to coming at you. We're coming at you today. Can't wait. I think you also know it's a good pressure when the offense start calling it what you call it, guys. That's how you know it's a good pressure because they don't know how to pick it up. So that's my other thing that I've noticed about Marty and those guys. They know all of our terms. They do a good job. So no, I'm just teasing those guys. So Powers, anybody else coming? I think we're good. Okay, we'll get started then. Okay, guys, first off, really thank everybody for coming. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope that you guys can get some value out of this. If anybody's got any questions or at some point wants to talk some scheme or anything like that, we can certainly get up on the board and do some of that. But yeah, just appreciate you guys being here. My name is Grant Olson. I'm our defense coordinator and linebackers coach. This is now my second year as the defense coordinator and will be my 7th year coaching linebackers back here at NDSU. So anyway, yeah, but we're going to get into the film and we'll get going, okay? So we're going to talk about block destruction today. This is an area that we've made some big improvements on in the last year specifically. Just as Coach Polisic came back and just mandated that just program-wide, we're going to use some really similar terms. And some of the drills that I'm going to show guys and some of the examples are going to be corners, safeties, and defensive linemen all utilizing the same principles. Okay, I'm a believer. I don't believe that every single coach on your staff needs to be robots. I don't believe they need to be robots, and these are the 3 words that we say, okay, in every single thing. Sometimes that's hard to remember. I think you need to allow people to coach and be creative and find ways to get things across to your young men. But what I love is the fact that horizontal leverage has been defined and vertical leverage has been defined. And then from there, position coaches and players are given freedom to find what works for them, if that makes sense. But that's something that Coach Polisic brought in has been absolutely huge for us, okay? So when we talk about block destruction, okay, first off, we have to have a base, okay? That's going to be the first coaching point defensively on block destruction. You need your cleats in the ground, okay? We're going to talk about this all the time. We're going to talk about chest over knees, knees over toes. Whether we're playing man-to-man, we're tackling, we're defeating blocks, everything we do, get your chest over your knees over your toes. And you'll see some good examples about that. And then when we hit somebody, we want our near foot in the ground. I'm sure a lot of people use the same foot, same shoulder coaching point. That is absolutely huge for us. Get your near foot in the ground. That's how we're going to define having a good base. Okay? From there, next fundamental of block destruction, horizontal leverage. Elbows tight. Talk about all the time, guys, you can't see them from behind. Now, that's not always 100%. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's every single rep, but that's what we're aiming for. And if we emphasize not being able to see your elbows from behind, those elbows will be tight. If you get your elbows tight, guys, it's impossible to have wide hands. It is easy to have tight hands but wide elbows. You got no power here. Get the elbows in, get the thumbs up. Get the elbows in, get the thumbs up. And from there, guys, we're going to punch the chest. Now, linebacker-wise, I'm going to add this. When I talk about it, I know we got vertical leverage here and talking about the eyes, but everything that I teach the linebackers to key the sternum. Whether we're playing man-to-man, we're pass rushing, we're defeating a block, everything we're going to do, we're going to take our eyes right through your sternum. The reason I've liked that, and that's been a little bit of a transition, is number 1, it allows us to be thick on contact, and 2, it's the same thing every time. You key people's sternum. Okay, it's an easy coaching point. That's where we're going to look. And we'll talk some more about that later. Okay, but that's horizontal leverage for us. The elbows are tight, the thumbs are up, and we're going to punch them in the chest. Vertical leverage, forehead under chin, eyes through your target. We'll talk about eyes equal power. You can't be powerful when your eyes are looking down. They got to go through where you want to go. Okay, and my specific coaching point linebacker-wise is we're going to keep right smack dab in the middle of the sternum. Okay, and then the finish we want to have on all of our block destruction is we want to take the back knee through the crotch. I'll use the term knee punch. I literally want, and we'll talk about it linebacker-wise, I'm like, guys, try to literally knee them right in the crotch. Knee them in the nuts. Okay, that's how we try to explain it and emphasize it and get the kids to understand. And then the last thing when you're getting off a block, really simple. You got 2 ways of doing it. You either finish with a back arm chop or rip. Okay, anything else is unacceptable. You will finish with a chop or rip every play or you didn't get off the block. Okay, so those are our fundamentals. Now from there, Okay? Just my philosophy on some of these things is that what I'm teaching a young man is number one, guys, you got to have some teaching drills. Simple movements. The player should know exactly what is coming. We want to set up our guys to be incredibly successful. Everybody should be getting a minimum of an A- on the particular rep, and maybe there's a thing or two you'd like to see better. But a really simple movement. It's no different than teaching math. I was an engineer back in college, so I use a lot of math examples. 2 + 2 is 4. You can't learn multiplication until you master that. Well, let's master the simple movements. I want them to know what's coming. In those teaching drills, we want to work the beginning, the middle, and the end of a skill separately. Okay? Part of this honestly comes from my wife. For those that don't know, my wife was a fantastic golfer. I had a chance to watch her take golf lessons with some amazing golf coaches. Amazing just how they would break simple things down, and with the best in the world, just working a simple 5-inch drill. Truly working a 5-inch drill with one of the best golfers in the world. It blew my mind. I'm like, why am I not doing that with these linebackers? Thought it was fascinating, okay? So from there, we got to do reactionary drills. So once you teach the simple movements, now let's get some reactionary drills in there, okay? And again, that still needs to be but only a couple options. So we need to make them read and react. The scout has 2 or 3 options. We don't go more than that in a simple just reactionary drill. Again, we want to be successful. For instance, if you're playing man coverage, guys, he's either going to run a slant, an out route, or go vertical. Those are your 3 options. So let's dominate those 3 simple routes and simple concepts. Okay? We're going to execute the exact same movements taught in the teaching drills. After we do those reactionary drills where we only have a couple options, again, I think 2 at most is probably best. Sometimes you got to go to 3. Then you go to competitive drills, which are full speed. We're charting winners and losers, and we must put all phases of the skill together and coach the finish. Okay? And that's how we're going to carry over to games. So you need teaching drills, reactionary drills, competitive drills. Okay, first off, let's start with the crash pad. Here we're teaching being explosive. So we want the chest over the knee, over the toe. Okay, I even make them take 1 foot up to really practice having the near foot in the ground. And all we're doing, guys, is trying to be explosive onto a crash pad. This is a great rep right here. Good. Look at the eyes up. The eyes are up. My elbows are in tight. My thumbs are up as well. I'm getting great triple extension. I land on the bag. And then the next guy's up. That's just a simple teaching drill. This is how we're going to be explosive. See how far out there you can jump? And let's have perfect fundamentals. Every kid can have great fundamentals in a simple teaching drill like this. We don't do this a ton. We do this early on in camp, and we do it in the off season, and then we move on to other stuff. Now, notice just the lack of the base, and notice the guy not quite as explosive right there. Notice how wide his elbows are. Notice his hands are a little bit wider than the last young man that just went. Okay, we could certainly be a little bit better. Now, then the next phase, again, we're working on knocking people back. We want to knock you back. Well, great. Now we'll take a step into it and we'll work the same skill set, but really good. Look, his eyes are up. They're through the contact. His elbows are tight. His thumbs are up. We got great extension. Our chest is over our knees, over our toes. Great. You know, and then that's Oscar, and he's really explosive. This guy was obviously really good at it as well. I wish his eyes weren't starting down to start the drill. But anyway, again, we're just working some simple teaching drills. We'll have everybody go through it. And then maybe we'll take 2 steps. And again, we're just practicing being explosive. We're teaching some of the fundamentals. Okay, great. 6-point or 4-point explosion, that's going to be our drill to teach the punch. So that first drill was about being explosive and having a great base and going through somebody, not going up, going through them. Now we're going to go to the punch. Okay, so right now we line everybody up. We're on our knees. I blow the whistle. One guy goes, boom. Okay, and you can tell right now we're not in pads, so these guys are being light. But right there, boom, I'm finishing in the perfect position. My forehead is under chin, my elbows are tight, my thumbs are up, my hands on the chest. All we're working is the punch right now. So I'll go whistle, punch, reset, whistle, another punch, reset, another whistle. So 3 reps, boom, we switch sides. Okay, and you can see these guys are flipping right here. Now the next phase of that drill is now we're going to lean. Again, the eyes are in the sternum. What happens when that offensive lineman is moving or that guy's moving? I got to track my man. I got to land my hands on his chest. This drill helps us in man-to-man coverage. It helps us in block destruction, a lot of things that we do. So now on the whistle, the scout guy's going to lean. Look at him. See how his head's tilting? Look at the eye discipline right there. Look at the eye discipline. Are the fundamentals still good? Okay, we're working the punch. Now we're doing it with an agile bag because these 2 guys have bad shoulders. Okay, does that make sense? So anyway, that's just the next phase of the drill. Now we had a little bit of that. Now let's go to a 4-point explosion, depending on our guys healthy. Okay? Or I should say on this one, now we're actually working just being explosive again. So I've got the great position. Now I'm working on knocking somebody back. We're just working our launch section right now. So again, just simple movements. Are you being explosive? Or are you knocking guys back? Okay, now we'll do kind of the same thing. Now we're engaged. Now we're going to work the finish. Great. So we just line up, we pair up, and we work on knocking people back. Right now we're working on taking that knee right there through the crotch. Okay, so working all components of the drill. Here's another one. Well, now we'll work the punch. Okay, great. We're not engaged. My near foot's up. Boom, punch right there. Look at that. Good. Forehead under chin. Elbows are tight. My thumbs are up on his chest, and I'm knocking him back. Really good right there. Now, it's little things like this. See how you notice this guy right now? See how his eyes are down? That's just a little thing that now we get a chance to coach the details. So we're just teaching the simple movements. This is all just a part of the same progression. I'm blowing the whistle. We get a rep. We're going again. Here's a couple in-game reps to show you of really what we're looking for. Right now, we're going to look at these two guys right up top. Okay, so right now we're going to look at our outside linebacker. That's Oscar. Oscar's from Hillsboro for the North Dakota guys in here. Kubitz right here is our Mike. He just had the 41-inch vertical. We're hoping that he'll have a good NFL opportunity. But right now, block destruction. Are your elbows in tight? Now, I know he's really tall and he's short, so there's sometimes that the forehead under chin doesn't apply. You're a 6-foot tall linebacker. You're going against a 5-foot slot. Don't worry about that part as much. But are your elbows tight? Are you taking your back knee? See that back knee right there through the crotch? That left knee needs to punch him in the dick. Okay? Keep going. Knock him back. Same thing. Look at that knee right there. Right there. Through the crotch. Knock him back. Now let's get off the block and let's go make some plays. That was the first play of the game against Colorado. So there's a good game rep of it, especially out on the perimeter. Okay? Here's another good one. We're going to watch the edge right here. Okay? So again, look. Get that forehead underneath his chin. Get your eyes up. See how he's taking that knee right there through his crotch? The near foot's in the ground. Good. Knock him back. I get my separation. My elbows are tight. I'm knocking that guy back, setting a great edge. I know we missed the tackle. That's okay because we got pursuit coming. Okay, so really good job by Oscar there. That's kind of some of the things that we're looking for, just a game rep of, again, just seeing some of the carryover. Guys, the game reps never look as good as the practice reps. We know that. That's okay. Okay, but again, vertical leverage. You can barely see his elbows, right? His hands are tight. His forehead's underneath the chin. His eyes are through the sternum. He's knocking that guy back. He's getting some extension. He's setting an edge, and then he's trying to rip off and make a play. That's a really good rep. That was an awesome rep. Okay? That was a fun moment. They beat us 2 years ago, and we came out ready to play. Okay, so now we'll specifically just kind of, again, same progression. Now we're just going to say, okay, guys, all we're working is the knee punch. You're engaged. You're in a perfect position, and all we're going to work is taking the back knee through the crotch. Okay, really good job right here. Sometimes you need to go and be a scout as well. Good. Knock him back. I wish we were giving a little bit better effort here. See how his eyes are down? We need to improve that. The eyes need to be up. We need to knock people back. Okay, great. So we go 5 yards, and then it's the other guy's turn. We just flip the drill. We go back the other way. We get in a good position. We emphasize the knees. Okay, the elbows are tight. So now we're just working the knee punch. Okay, again, exact same concept. So Coach Moonen's there helping me out. Okay, we're just working the finish of the drill. Okay, now we're going to actually watch our defensive end here. This is where we're talking about bringing the back knee through the crotch. So look, good, okay? His hands are inside. His forehead is underneath the chin. His eyes are through his man. Watch him right here when he really decides to really get going. Is right now he really starts taking the knee through the crotch. And you can see it again really well from the tight. Okay? Again, guys, same coaching points applying to everybody. But right now, see how his knees are going to the left? Okay, he's not getting much knockback right now because his knees are going to the left, not through the man's crotch. Now right here, when he really starts knocking that guy back, you'll see that right knee really starts getting driven through the other man's crotch. You want to knock people back, take your knee through the crotch. Okay, knock them straight back. Okay, a couple decent reps right here. I know we got our defensive lineman right here. Again, forehead under chin. Does he get a win or a loss? He gets a win. And you can say, well, Coach, I can kind of see his elbows. I'm like, guys, the film's offset. Who cares, right? The fact that he's got his hands inside, like, that's an awesome rep. Look at 58. That's what we're coaching across the board. Good. 36. Get your forehead underneath his chin. Run your knees. Get some extension. Knock that guy back. I would say overall pretty darn good. I mean, shoot, I'll give our corner some credit. That's our corner going against the tight end. Good. Hit that guy. Okay, so pretty good, especially by the defensive line on that particular play. Okay, now we're going to go to arm crans. So this is some of the next phase of our block destruction. Now we're just working we're working chops and rips. Okay, right now we're just working chops and rips. So what we're going to work is what we call a stack fallback. So what we're working is that guy's a stacking, and all I'm going to do is work my back arm chop. Okay, this is a little bit different of a technique. We're not getting hands on the offensive lineman on this one. Those big boys are coming at us. We're gonna stack fall back and get to the ball. Okay, the running back is cutting back. Okay? So all the drill is, we stand here, they go all the way across us. When they get shoulder to shoulder, coach and I step at them, we work just a back arm chop, and then we get the man stacked, and then we finish with a tackle. Okay? Really simple concept. This, guys, applies and getting into a little bit schematically right now into a lot of our two-high calls. So this is something that's going to apply a lot in Tampa 2, a lot in our quarters, where if the back's on the left, we're going to stack the zone and we're going to fall back to the football. Okay? So this is our stack fallback technique. These two older guys are pretty darn good at it. Okay? When you work the chop, okay, when you're not engaged on the back arm chop, you need to finish with that chop a little bit like a windshield wiper, and you want to get it away from you. Okay? This goes back to my high school wrestling days, and something that honestly has taught me a lot to this day. But I remember learning from my high school wrestling coach, when you snatch somebody down or they try shooting on your legs, you club with one hand. It's the back arm that chops above the elbow. You chop the tricep and you go behind every time. If you don't work the back arm, they're going to get around you. Alti, can you come up and demonstrate with me real quick? We're going to talk about talk about the reason why on the chop. So you be the linebacker because you're good at it. Okay? So Alti, let's go this way so they can kind of see it from here. Okay? You're going to stack this way and you're going to fall back on me. Okay? And we're going to talk about why that chop happens. Okay? So as he's zoning this way, the offensive lineman's coming at me. Good. He's going to fall back. He's taking that back arm chop right there, and he wants to take that hand and send me away so that there's nothing I can do to get back around him. The wrestling example of this, okay, is as he's getting around and I'm shooting on the legs, if all he does is work this arm right here, I'll be able to leave that arm hooked. If he can take that arm over here and chop it away, I'll never be able to block him. So we're a huge believer. We work the back arm chop all the time. Huge part of our block destruction, specifically at the linebacker position. Okay? Again, really good finish right here. And this is where, again, we coach, hey, horizontal leverage, vertical leverage. Where are your eyes looking? Are you being explosive? Do you have your near foot in the ground on contact? Okay? All those factors are hopefully showing up on this particular drill as well. Now, young Altapeter, who just was my volunteer, here he is. Now we just back him up 5 yards, stack. Look at his feet. Great feet, chest over, knees over, toes. He's got a great base. The O-lineman zones up, the running back cuts back. Good. Chop it, get him stacked, and make the play. Really good finish. This is one of the best reps I've probably seen on film in a while. So Altapeter, good job being in the room, man. I can compliment you. Okay, good stuff. All right, so right now we're going to watch number 36 here. So Montana State, guys, we know the zone is going away from the back. So the zone's going to the defensive right. What we're doing right now across the board is we're all stacking right, falling back to the left. 36 knows he's the cutback player. So there he is. Look at him work the back arm chop in case one of these guys tries to come off on him. Stack the man, get flat, and go make the tackle. So that's our stack fallback drill. So get him stacked and bend it and go make it. Okay? That's something he's really good at and 43 is really good at as well. Okay? You can see it from this side. So good. I'm stacking. Good. I fall back. Look, he's working the arm chop right there. Even though nobody's coming, we just work the chop, get him stacked, find the ball, and go make the tackle. So that's our stack fallback drill. It might apply to you. It might not. We do it in a lot of our quarters and, like I said, our Tampa. Okay. Here's another rep. Now we're playing a little bit of quarter, half. Okay, so watch 36 again. So right now they're zoning right. So he's stacking to the right. We've got a movement going on right now with the defensive lineman, so he's playing with patient, but now there's our stack. And then we're going to work falling in and making the play. Okay, good tackle. Okay, over on this side, we're not falling back because the ball's front side. So when the ball's front side, we'll just continue to play fast and go make the play. Okay, looking at the left, linebacker number 11 would like to see his vertical leverage be a little bit better, would like to see him be a little bit more square. I know he's getting double teamed. Okay? All right, here's another good rep. Now, watch 43. So here's our Tampa stuff, guys. So number 10 right now, and let's start with 10 actually. Number 10, because we know the zone is going to go to the left, at least we're anticipating that. Zone's going to go left, so he's going to stack D to B. Okay, 43, again, knows the zone's going left. He's going to stack B to D. So both guys are going to stack and fall back. So watch both examples. Now, right now, number 10 is stacking. The ball's inside of him, so he's falling back and playing really fast. That's what we're looking for. There's the fallback. So he fell back right there. Let's watch 43. Stack, stack, stack. That old lineman thinks, here we come. Let's go get him. Nope. We're going to fall back. Look at the back arm chop. Back arm chop. Get him stacked, and then go make the play. You will see it really well from this view. Okay, let's watch 14 again. Stack. We probably could have had a little bit more stack, but when the gap's open and the ball carrier's there, guys, just go get it. Okay, don't worry about stacking anymore. Just go make the play. So 14 is doing a great job in playing fast right there, and he's bending, trying to make it, kind of like what you saw 36 do earlier. 43. Here's their combination, right? These two guys have got to block these two guys. So here we go. Great. We're going to use their rules against them. They think we got to come and be aggressive right here. Good. Get those big boys running, And when they over pursue, you chop that back arm above the elbow. You have to get above the elbow. I'm anal about that. Get above the elbow. If you chop just the hand, he can replace it. If you chop the elbow, he cannot grab you. It's impossible. Beat the back elbow right there. He can't grab you anymore. Get him stacked, and then go make the tackle. So that's our stack fallback drill. Again, been really successful for us. Okay? Here's one of our other drills. Now we'll go to two-man sled. Great. Okay, there's our Alta Peter, and there's Nathaniel. So good. I love the eyes. Look, chest over knees over toes. We got our near foot in the ground. These guys are working right. These guys are working left. Their elbows are tight. Their hands are ready. See how the thumbs are already up? We're already starting in a great position. Boom. And the first time we do this, guys, I'm going to blow the whistle, and all we're going to work is the knockback. Knock them back. Get your elbows tight. Lift them up. Keep your feet moving. Good. Okay? And then the next time, great. So we'll switch sides, and now we're going to work the shed. So when we shed right now, look at the violent turn. Look at the violence of throwing that man to the ground. Good. Now, my coaching points on any shed that we're going to do is, number one, you got to clear your hips. We got any wrestlers in the room? Anybody coach wrestling? Okay, great. When I'm working a snap, when I'm throwing a guy down, I can't throw him into my legs. The first thing I got to do is get off to the side, pull him through. It's the same coaching point. You can't pull people into you. The first mistake your young linebacker is going to make, because I've got young linebackers in the room that have made this mistake all the time, is when they work a shed, they just pull them straight back, and all you're doing is pulling them into you. They're going to grab you, they're going to hold you, they're going to tackle you. Okay? So we talk about clearing our hips. So I knock that guy back, clear my hips, now I can work the shed. So a lot of the coaching points is we'll talk about shock, clear, shed. Okay, and sometimes we'll really talk about pulling down. So right now, we want that right hand on that near pec to pull. See, I'll look at pull it to the ground. Okay, I really want this sled to be absolutely humming. I want there to be a lot of metal on metal sound when they work that shed. If it's not loud, I got a problem with the linebackers. Okay, look at the violence that 32's got. Clear the hips, violent shed. See how he's pulling? Great. And now, again, all we're working is pulling through. We're not working on finishing the chop or the rip right now. So we started off with simple, let's just work the shock. Then let's work clearing the hips, and then let's work shedding the block. Really simple. That was an awesome rep. Okay? Same thing right there. Good. Clear the hips, violent shed. You guys see how those guys are fully turned right there? That's what you should look like when you throw somebody to the ground behind you. That's a really good shed. Okay? Now, see how the hand is going to be ready right there? I am not even asking her to rip yet, but these two veterans right here know that that's eventually coming. So that thing is locked and loaded, and he's ready to rip. We're just not working it at that particular moment. It's okay to have drills that you don't do everything all at once. Now we'll truly go shock and shed, where when I say shock and shed, boom, these guys are ready to partner up, and we're still going to start engage. So again, some of the same concepts. Right now we're working on, all we're working is the shed right now. So clear the hips, pull through, and you see my man working the rip already. Not a great job clearing the hips. I don't like his base. Okay? Now, you got to coach these scout guys hard, because here's the problem. When guys don't lean and they don't give you a chest, you don't get much out of the drill. We're trying to get these guys to understand when those big boys hit you and you shock them, every offensive lineman in the country, every blocker is going to try to finish you and knock you back. When those big boys start leaning, get out the way, pull the chair out from underneath them, and it's time to go find the football. So like right now, I hate this scout guy. See how his head's down? That's just not a realistic picture. We want to get their feet back. We want them to stand as tall as possible and lean on these sons of guns. You have to simulate what it's like for a 300-pounder, and I know it's not on every high school, but just get lean and get as much weight back as possible. Alti, let's demonstrate this, okay? Promise not to throw me to the ground on this one? It's okay to do it in practice, okay? But watch how hard I'm going to lean on Alta Peter. I'm going to get my feet back, and I'm going to lean on this son of a gun right here. And I'm going to get my toes in, I'm leaning. And when I blow that whistle, he's going to clear his hips and pull me through. And guys, I've fallen on my face many times during practice, haven't I? Yeah. And that's okay. And they all laugh. They all have a good time. So every once in a while, it's okay for Coach Olson to get hit, just to have some positive energy at practice. Okay? But right now, I would say we got one scout guy doing a good job, because if they're not falling on their face, they're not leaning. You got to learn what it's like for somebody to lean on you. When they lean that hard, it's time to shed and beat the block. Okay? I think here's a good example. So right now, the linebacker gets to go. Here's our scout guy. So now we're starting not engaged. This guy's job, work the back knee punch. As much as I can, every single drill that I'm going to do, the scout guy is working something. Okay? Maybe he's working punt. Maybe we're working our first steps, but there's always something that guy should be working. So there's the knockback. Good. Shock. When he starts leaning, I got great lockout. Clear those hips. Shed. Good job finishing with the rip. So now you see we're putting the whole thing together. When we're doing this, it's the scout guy's job to go vertical. We'll talk about reach blocks here in a little bit. Knock them back. Clear the hips. Shed. You can tell not quite as good by 14 on this particular rep. That's a really good scout job by number 47. Okay? So great. So now we're going to go against the tight end. So now we're going to call this, man, again, we're just working shock and shed right now. So they're going to work some ISO blocks. So there's our linebacker. Let's go knock him back. I don't like our vertical leverage, but our horizontal leverage is good. Great. Shed, clear the hips, finish with the rip. You got to clear the hips, shed, finish with a rip or a chop on the backside. They're going to follow every single time. Okay, here's another good one. Again, they're coming right at us. Good. Let's get our hands inside. Clear those hips, pull them through, finish with a rip, get them stacked. That's a really good rep of just getting off a block. Okay, so that's kind of the reactionary component. Now, let's kind of keep going over here. Okay, this is from this year, South Dakota State coming at us. So there's number 11. Okay, he's going and playing aggressive. Let's watch number 47 right here. He's not using his hands. I wish he would. But clear your hips, find a way to get off the block and go make the darn play. Okay? Right now, you'll notice that a lot of our defensive linemen, like look at the defensive lineman up top. Forehead, under chin, elbows tight. Knockback, same thing. Forehead, under chin, elbows tight. Knock these sons of guns back and get off the darn blocks. Here's our corner doing it. His hands are inside. Run your knees through his crotch and knock him back, and let's make some tight gaps. Okay? This is the sort of football, guys, that I want to encourage you. You cannot win these critical games. Okay? Just look at how many bodies are on the ground. There's 3. He was on the ground as 4. On the ground, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. Stinking violent physical games. Like I know, and I don't know North Dakota great, but I do know in Minnesota it gets really darn cold, and you got to win a critical football game outside where you better run the ball or stop the darn run or you aren't going to state. Okay, and I'm pretty confident North Dakota's similar. Well, guys, get your guys knocking people the heck back and get them physical. It's been huge for our team. I'm telling you right now, and I'll give Coach Polisic all the credit in this, just that change in program and philosophy and the emphasis that we've placed on this has been one of the huge reasons we won the national championship this past year. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? So good game rep there by 47. All right, here's another good game rep. I want you to watch number 11 right now. This tight end is a really good football player. He got in the portal and I think went to Illinois. But right now he is getting his butt kicked. Put your eyes right through his chest. Knock him back. Good. Now watch. See how he clears his hips? Shed. Get the heck out of there. And go find that darn running back and go knock that dude back. Heck of a football game right now. Heck of a football game this one was. Okay, so really good job clearing the hips and working the shed. Here's our defensive end. Same thing. Clear your hips, get that block off you, and let's show up at the football. Okay, really good. Flat back, forehead under chin. Who's winning? Boom. The guy with the vertical leverage, the guy with the horizontal leverage, his eyes through his target. We are whipping 89's butt right there. We just got to get off the block a little bit better. Okay, again, I mean, some really darn good players. There are people on the ground. This was a lot of fun to be a part of. Okay? Okay, next component, again, maybe we'll just add a tackle. So now we're doing that same sled, and now we're working a tackle. Oh, Ray James in the house. Ray, I got a clip on you here. Okay, what's Ray not doing as good of a job of right now? Well, he's got no extension. He's not doing a good job with his base. He's not clearing his hips. Where's the violent shed? Okay, I like the fact that he's ripping. And then we're working the tackle. So anyway, a couple things Ray could get better. That was Ray's probably one of his first days playing defense. Here's the safeties doing it. So this might just be a part of our block destruction circuit. Okay? You can tell that I like this guy a lot better. Why? Well, he's working forehead under chin versus that guy's a lot tighter. Okay? Good. Now let's work the shed. We're going to make him finish with the rip. There's the rip. And then let's go make the tackle. So again, just a really simple drill, guys. You're going to see a really lousy rep right here, and you're going to see a great rep right here. This is really good. Look at the horizontal vertical leverage. Look at the separation versus look at this young man coming into contact. Look at the difference right now between the reps. Okay, the chest is way over the knees, way over the toes. We don't want to be standing vertical. We want to keep our hips away in some of the block destruction, and then we've got no finish right here. Okay, versus great. Shed, rip, and let's go make the tackle. So a good example of a guy doing it great, that's Darius. Darius is from Champlin Park, for those that don't know. Anthony's from California. Nothing wrong with California people, okay? That was one of Anthony's first days with us. He's gotten a ton better. He had a great year. Had a great year for us, okay? Again, let's look at a couple game reps. Let's watch the defensive end right here. Good. Knock back. Get your hands inside. Get your forehead underneath his chin. Good. Great. Clear my hips. Finish with a rip. There's the rip. Let's go. Now he's just got to keep running, but that's how he can get off the block and make the play. Okay, so really good job by our defensive end working his block destruction technique. As much as we can, a lot of these drills do carry over to a heck of a lot of people, as you guys can certainly imagine. Okay, all right, right now we're watching the perimeter. Now we got a safety. Okay, they're running a screen. Safety's getting blocked. Good. Horizontal leverage gets a plus. His hands are inside and tight. Vertical leverage probably gets a minus, but he's a really tall guy going against a short guy, so we're not going to get super upset about that. You got to have a little bit of grace on some of those things. But good. Good. Clear my hips. Violent shed. Finish with the rip. See how he's working just a little bit of a rip there? I'd like to see it a little bit higher. Certainly it can be better, but good. Now you go work the tackle. So again, part whole. Okay, really good job by our safety on that particular rep. Okay, let's keep going. I know I got a couple more here. Nope. Come here. There we go. Okay, now same thing. Now we're talking on the perimeter. So we're going to watch 3 block examples on the perimeter. Right now, first, okay, if that guy's going to duck his head, great. Let's use our hands. Let's beat that block and let's go. Okay, so good job using our hands and setting an edge. Again, good job using our hands and setting the edge, but you'll notice that we're running to the right instead of knocking that guy back and running through him. We need to try to create a funnel for our safety. That's just this particular scheme. You'll notice that we're not doing a very good job punching the knee, bringing the back knee through the crotch. So who's able to knock who back? Versus you watch the Northern Iowa guy. Look, that knee goes right through our crotch. He's able to knock us back. It's a simple concept. I've learned a lot about it from Coach Polisic. I promise you I have. Okay? Good. Now right here on the perimeter, same thing. We're doing a good job knocking him back, but all of a sudden we don't finish, we don't rip off the block, we don't chop, we leave that back arm, and we get driven and we get knocked back. I hate watching defensive players leave that back arm on a block and trying to make one-arm tackles. It's just a huge pet peeve of mine. If we see it, correct it, stop doing that garbage. That's bad football 101. A little bit same thing here right now. Don't leave that hand touching that guy. Rip it or chop it. Okay? So bad job by 14 doing something. Better by 47. Chop that arm and we want to beat the elbow. Now that guy's got a chance to make a tackle on his gap. Can't make a tackle because he's leaving that arm on the man. Okay? You cannot make tackles with one arm. Okay? Certainly not at our level. We just go against fantastic guys. The other teams in our conference are really darn good. I'll give them a lot of credit. They got good running backs. They're well coached. They play hard. Really good. So if we want a chance to win football games, we got to do a better job beating blocks. Okay? Great. Now we're going to go to reach drill. Okay, reach drill. This is specifically an outside zone drill. Okay? Linebacker here, running back here. We've got a couple different phases of it. So right now, we're just working a one-hand punch. Okay? We're just going to dominate the near hand on the near pec. We want that elbow in tight. We want to win with that hand right here versus a reach block. Look, eyes are through my sternum. He's taking that knee right down the crotch. We're knocking him back. Okay? So I'll even do some of these drills where we're just going to start off. We're just going to work one hand. Don't worry about two hands. Don't worry about anything else. But land one hand on that near pec where you're supposed to land it, and let's work that part of the drill. So really good job right there. Okay? And then we'll go to hey, let's work two hands engaged. Again, all we're working on is knocking them back and finishing with the back knee. We're not working every component of the drill right now. Notice this linebacker. Look at him punch his knees. You guys see how he's really overemphasizing the knees? He's got his elbows in tight, his eyes are through the sternum, all those fundamentals that we've been talking about. Just adding the next component to the drill. Now, what are we not doing a very good job of right here? Well, first off, we're not gaining ground with our first step, okay? But at least he's able to knock him back because that back knee is the left knee right now. That left knee is going through his crotch, and he's still able to find a way to get a little bit knocked back. Certainly could be a little bit better. Okay, here's another rep. Again, knock him back. The fact that we're getting overtaken right now is not an issue because we're knocking that guy back. That running back's going to have a major issue. If you knock those guys back, you're going to be okay. Now, again, I want to say is you're kind of adding an extra layer. That's a little bit of a philosophical question for you. Are you a we must keep our outside arm free at all times team? Okay? Or are you it's okay to get knocked back and it's okay to get reached as long as the running back's got a bubble 5 yards? That's a little bit of a philosophical thing. So you might want to change your technique just depending on what you really believe and how you want those guys to coach. Okay? We are probably somewhere in the middle of that where we are looking for knockback, but son of a gun, if you get reached and that ball gets outside you, we do have some issues. So I would like to see these guys winning with their head on the play side and be able to make the play here or fall in versus an outside zone going to the right. Okay, so again, we just rotate through and then we switch. It's a good job by the scout guy giving a rep. You guys can tell, I bet you've noticed 57 a couple times. What's his issue? His eyes go down. We're working really hard on that right now. Every single rep. You guys will be out at practice today. I bet you'll find a rep. And he's working hard and he's doing a good job and he's improved a ton, but his eyes drop. If he can get his eyes up, he'll become a lot more powerful, explosive athlete in a hurry, and he'll take advantage of all of his opportunities. Good job by 51. Good. Press that guy. See how that left foot right now? Take that left knee right down that crotch and knock him back. Good rep by 51. Here's our long snapper. It's not going to look quite as good, but he comes over and helps us out and does a good job working hard. So I love that guy. Okay? So anyway, so you've seen a couple reps of that where, again, we're really simplifying the drill. Now we're going against the tight ends again. So here's Coach Roll from a couple years ago, and all he's doing is pointing these guys right or left. That's all he's doing. Okay? So great. We don't know, so we got to react off those guys. Good. We're getting reached. Not a great job with our vertical leverage. Not a great job with our horizontal leverage. That near hand didn't win on that near pec. We got to punch him in the chest. Okay? I like the fact that he's getting his outside arm free and getting to his gap, but we are getting knocked back right there. Overall, I'd probably say we're doing our job, but we're not winning. We're doing our job, but we're not winning on that rep. I do like the rip. I do like the rip. Our one coaching point in the rip is finish with the hand above the head. If the rip finishes up here, you get a good job on your rip. If the rip finishes down here, you don't. That's our simple coaching point on the rip is hand above head. Reason why is just trying to get it nice and high. Okay? I got a couple good reps here. Now, here's the overreach. So if that guy overreaches us and we can't, this is where we got to try to backdoor that guy. We're going to have to work a quick little swim move, get skinny, and find a way to go in. So we do have the opportunity. It's like sometimes you go against your offense and you go against guys and then all of a sudden they put you in a bad spot. Well, great. Well, if you want to run to the sideline and the ball's backside, we're going to beat you. We'll go win to the football all day. That's where we're really good. I kind of talked about that stack fallback. Some of these older linebackers are incredible at that. Really, really good. Okay, here's a really good win. Okay, so right now, good. That right hand is landing right there on that pec. I'd like to see his eyes up a little bit better, but you see that knee is working through that crotch. But look at that extension we're able to get. See how that hand is right there? That elbow is in tight. I guarantee the thumb's up. Just the fact that the elbow is tight is guaranteeing me that the thumb is up. It's almost impossible to do that. It doesn't feel natural. Okay, so that's a really dominant rep by number 36. That's what we're looking for when we're trying to do reach drill. That would be a huge win. Okay, a couple examples of reach drill. Let's watch 11 versus the outside zone play. Okay, he's already got some leverage. It's a good job with his vertical and horizontal leverage, but notice, does he ever bring his back knee, which is the left knee, does he bring it through the crotch or does he leave it there? Well, he leaves it there. That guy continues to run his knees through us, and now we can't get off the block. The other problem is we're not doing a good job with the shed. Why? Look at that left arm. See how that left arm is just sitting there on him? We didn't chop it, we didn't rip it, we got held, and we got tackled. Now, thank goodness we got the holding penalty. But like son of a gun, guys, I mean, this is what happens in a really tight ball game. That guy is getting darn tackled. We're getting tackled. I don't know how some of these other ones didn't get called, okay? But hey, that's football. Okay, that's what it is when you're going against a great team. Guys, they are a great team. I got nothing but good things to say about those other programs. They're phenomenal. I love going against them. A lot of fun to get a chance to compete. Okay? All right, from there, here's another rep. Again, they're going outside zone. This one's a much better rep by number 11. Better job. Vertical leverage. See how that forehead's right underneath that chin? Good. Horizontal leverage, our elbows tight. That's some of the knockback and edge setting that we're looking for. Okay? And we believe, like right now, guys, if that D-line, if that guy does that, don't worry about losing your darn gap. If you're 5 yards deep in the backfield and you're knocking back the first team all center or all conference center, we'll give you a win. Okay? And for the Minnesota guys in here, I got a chance to recruit Keenan. Keenan's from Egan. He's an awesome player. We love having him. Okay? Let's look at 47 right here. Good. Same thing. Reach drill. We got some leverage. Good. Get out to the side, finish with a rip, and then you better stack, fall back, and find a way to make a play. That one almost hit on us. Okay? Running back was a really good football player. Really good football players. Same with this offensive line. Okay? Watch it from this particular angle. Here's something that maybe just a bonus for you guys. If I personally only had one film angle, and I don't know what everybody say, this would be my film angle that I would take. And the reason why is like, you can still coach, your defensive line still gets the butt shot, which all the D-line coaches in here love the butt shot, but now you actually finally get a chance to coach leverage on your outside perimeter players. Are you inside leverage? Maybe I'm supposed to be 2 yards inside the wide receiver. Well, are you actually ever there? So for the DBs that never actually get a chance to watch football the way that they actually see the game, if I had the resources and I say I had 2 cameras, I would do a tight end zone and then I would do the wide end zone. I would never watch from the stands. And my reason why is kids don't play football from the stands. They play football facing this way. So as much film as you can possibly get doing this, I would recommend doing it. And if anybody wants any of ours, we'll send it to you, but do not send it out. This is some of our stuff. Like, we don't send this copy out to our opponents because our conference rules don't make us. So anyway, this film stays for the Bison, but I love it because, okay, great, you're playing man-to-man. Are you outside leverage, yes or no? You know, you get a chance to finally get to see some of those things and coach some of that stuff. So anyway, just something that I was thinking about as I kind of was putting this together. Okay, Now we're going to get into some really competitive drills, right? So I hope you guys have seen kind of a good flow and progression that we've had so far. Now we're going to blocks drill. A lot of people would maybe call this pods. Okay, so really simple. Offense is going to start with the center who's just snapping the ball, but he's out of the drill. So we're going to play over front. We've got a 6-eye, we've got a 3, and we've got 1 linebacker. Offense is going to work outside zone either direction. Really simple. And there's no running backs. So we're not working anything schematically right now, which at times is a little bit hard for linebacker. But right now, Altapeter, if they zone to this side, he's got to win over the top. If they zone away, he's got to win over the top. So we put the linebackers in a really tough spot. Honestly, I like it. I like challenging them. I like giving them the hardest job. O-line zoning right, I got to recognize, and we got to go. So right now, we just are playing blocks. We're not worried, and I wish he just played this block a little longer. We're not worried about any running backs. Just beat the block. All you're trying to do is you guys block those 3, us 3, we got to go beat some guys. Really good job by Altapeter right there. This guy's playing high. Look, his forehead is right through the sternum. You can't see his elbows. He's got his near foot in the ground. Okay, you see he loses that inside hand right there just a little bit, but look him finish with the knees. He knocks him back. We're winning that block right here. This is a violent deal, guys. If you see us doing this drill, don't stand on the sideline. It always ends up off the field. Here it is from this side. Good. Okay, so we got to win left or we got to win right. Here we go. Good. Look at that horizontal leverage. Vertical leverage is fantastic. Great body angles. We got to replace that hand just a little bit, but really good knockback. So right now, the last thing we got to do is we just got to refit the hands back inside. Just refit your hands and he's going to be in great shape. But that's an awesome rep by 32. Alti, did you know you had all these clips on here? You didn't know. You didn't know. Great job. Okay. All right. Now we got a couple other linebackers. We actually got a safety down. So here's the other side. Now it's 4-on-4. So this is to the open side. This would be playing the underside. So we got a nose, we got a 5 technique, and we got a guy here and here. If they zone right, 27 wins outside, 51 wins into the B gap. If they zone left, 51's got to win across this center. 27's got a tough job. He's got to win into the B gap. We actually don't play with that sort of leverage. If we're going to do something like that, we're going to adjust our alignments. But again, we're making it hard on them, so who cares? It's okay to challenge guys and make the drill difficult on the defense. Let's look at 92 right here. Forehead under chin, knock back, elbows tight. Look at his hands right there on the chest. That is getting after an offensive lineman right there. And both those guys are really darn good players right there. But look at that. That is stinking awesome. Okay, let's watch 27. I think we might take this one a little bit. No, this is one of our better reps. Okay, would like to have better vertical leverage, and notice his knees. This is a safety that hasn't done the drill very much. He's not doing anything with his knees. I would give that a loss. Now let's look at 51 right now. Good, boom. Forehead under chin. Get my hands inside, get some separation. Now the problem is, look at that offensive lineman doing a good job coming with those underhooks right there, okay? And he's trying to win to his gap. So anyway, overall probably a win, but give that offensive lineman a little bit of credit as well. And again, right now, we're not working the shed. See how he's just playing the block? Keep knocking these sons of guns back. That's the point of the drill. Okay, eventually, yes, finish the play unblocked. Here's another rep. Here's Peter Hago from North. We got a couple North guys here, don't we? Yep, I see you guys. Here's Peter. Peter's getting a rep. Okay, now, would like to make sure we got doing a better job with our eyes up. So right now he gets a minus because his eyes are going down. The eyes need to be through the sternum. He does a good job with his vertical leverage and horizontal leverage. We need to keep finishing with the knee. Look at that knee. Look at him drive that knee and cross the line of scrimmage. A simple yes, no on this drill is, did you cross the line of scrimmage, yes or no? If you're getting knocked back right now, I would say that's probably a loss. He got knocked back. How can you give that guy a win? Right? Offensive lineman, did you drive block that guy and knock him back? He gets a win, we get a loss. D lineman, whose side of the line of scrimmage are we on? I'm giving this guy a win. Look at the vertical leverage we're fighting for. Okay? Nice job by 69 right there. That's Vanderpool from Byron, if we got any Southern Minnesota guys in the house. Okay? So again, let's watch a couple reps of it. Now you're going to see a couple not very good reps here. This one's a bad one. Okay? So 14 is our B-gap defender when they swipe this guy back. He's into the B-gap. Let's look at it. Where's the knockback? Where's the aggressiveness? Is the near foot in the ground on contact? Nope. We are getting turned and we are getting driven. That's a big old minus right there. Let's look at 36. 36 needs to play on 55 right there. Good. Are we getting any knockback? Are we getting any extension? Where are our fundamentals? Nope. Same thing with our nose tackle. Okay? Are we using our hands? Are we getting any separation? So minus, minus, minus. Now all of a sudden the running back finds a crease and the ball's on our secondary in a hurry. Okay, now to just talk about it, look, those same fundamentals we're talking about in block destruction, they carry over to tackling. So look, how's your vertical leverage? Are your eyes up and through your hip? Is the near foot in the ground? See how the near foot's in the ground? Good. His eyes are up. Good. Bring the back knee. If we bring the back knee, all of a sudden we wouldn't have gotten drugged so much. But the same fundamentals for blocking are the exact same things we're going to try to carry over to tackling. Okay? So bad rep there by the linebackers. We got plenty of bad ones too. Okay, great. This is a really simple scheme for us. You're going to notice our linebackers are going to be in the A gap and B gap. We got two guys setting some edges. Really simple. Everybody hits your darn gaps versus zone. Okay? So right now on the perimeter, our safety doesn't do a great job with his hands, but at least he's getting off to the side, setting an edge and working on it. Now, I will say linebacker-wise, it's like, okay, the ball is in front of the gap. Do you ever go back and play a block when the ball's in front? Answer would be no, never. Okay? So 43 is doing the correct thing. When the ball is in front of the gap, you don't play back into the block, you just keep playing fast. Okay? I know we end up missing this tackle. We'd like to be a little bit better. Okay? We don't get great vertical leverage and horizontal leverage. Okay, it's not bad in a couple different spots, but again, we got to finish with that back arm right there. We got to do a better job of getting off the block, chopping and ripping. Okay, really good job by our corner setting an edge for us, beating a block and making a good tackle. Okay, so a couple, again, game reps. Okay, I left some tackling stuff on there. We can talk about that later. We don't have time to go through all of it. Does anybody have any questions? We got about 7 minutes left. Nobody's got any questions. Cade Powers, you got to have a question. I'm calling on you. Maybe not. Yes?
When you're watching high school players thinking about playing for you guys in Bison, how do you see some of those things on a high school player?
I think the first thing is for me, just truly recruiting-wise, is just willingness. Okay? We understand the fact of just like, is everybody's technique going to be perfect? I mean, shoot, you guys saw in the film, like, our technique's not perfect. So I don't hold that against a recruit, but are you willing to put your face on you? I would say just my yes-no toughness rank is just, will their eyes go through somebody or does their head duck on contact? I think that's my simple just toughness yes-no, that if the head's always ducking, I don't care if you're a corner or D lineman, anywhere in between, I'm ranking you lower, me personally. So anyway. So that's one of the things for sure. Now, I will tell you guys, at this last year's camp, there were two guys we were deciding between at the time, and one guy should have been kicking the other guy's butt in our linebacker drills, and we were just doing one-on-one reach blocks. And the guy we took, and the reason why we took him, and I went into the staff meeting, and I told Coach Polasek, he's like, hey, how's that amazing athlete that's got all those great testing numbers? I said, he got his butt kicked by the other guy, Coach. He's like, okay, we're going with the other guy. So that's the guy we ended up taking this year at camp. Put his face on people and just competed his tail off. So anyway, so that's just something that, like, when I actually get a chance to get these guys, like at summer camp, we're doing reach drill for sure. We're not going to work the ISO part of it and the shock and shed, but we're doing reach drill, and we're going to find out who will put their face right on somebody's chest, knock them back, and get some extension. So anyway, I love that drill. I think it's a great, just competitive drill. And again, it shouldn't be very big collisions because we're making guys work outside. So anyway, yeah. Anybody else? I know I got 5 more minutes. Okay to be done early. Question in the back, actually?
Yeah. Where do you draw the line in a compete drill when you're trying to keep guys off for practice?
Well, that's a great question. Hopefully, just like that's part of the reason we don't have a ball carrier. I think that's part of the reason, because if all of a sudden there's a ball carrier, what do defensive guys do? Well, they want to get to the ball. Well, again, what's the point of that drill? Blocks drill, we call it blocks drill because it's all about playing blocks. Just play blocks. So anyway, that's one of the things that I think maybe keeps that a little bit up and keeps us a little bit safer. But we've had plenty of times. Guys, you're going to see it today. There are going to be some people on the ground. It's a violent, competitive drill. But I love the fact that we're isolating it. And again, there's not extra offensive linemen in there. It's just like, okay, so a linebacker happens to fall down. Well, hopefully not the entire offensive line and D-line coming behind him. Not everybody ends up on the ground. So anyway, that's just one of our ways to try to help. And anyway, I'd highly recommend it. I love that drill. It's been good. It's been really good for us.
You do a similar drill on the perimeter?
We do, yeah. So while that's going on, perimeter drill will be going on. The one thing that I don't love always about perimeter drill from the coordinator perspective is sometimes it's like defensively, it's like, okay, here comes a bubble and you just go sprint at those wide receivers. Well, what happens when they do bubble and go, or they do smoke screen and some of that stuff? So I would actually love our offense to do bubble, bubble, bubble and go. Smoke, smoke, smoke and go. And never tell us when it's happening to make those defensive players have to react just a little bit better. So that'd be the one change I would like to make to the drill. I've probably gotten overruled on that, but because we just never get enough of it. I don't know. I'm sure people have given up touchdowns on a smoke and go or some sort of screen and go play. We have a lot, unfortunately. So anyway, we can never get enough reps of that. So
You put a ball carrier in the backfield?
we have. Again, I probably typically would say, like, what are you looking to get out of it? Like, and if you're just trying to get two dudes beating blocks, then let's just line them up and let's just go hit each other. At some point, though, in my opinion, especially on the perimeter, and it's more of a defensive thing, at some point we have to be given a scheme. Like the one part about Blackshaw, they'd be like, okay, coach, what do you not love about it? Well, there's no scheme for us. What we've talked about with what we asked those guys to do doesn't apply to any of our schemes. If we're in the B gap, we're in the B gap. We never have to align in the B gap and then try to win to a far A gap with an offensive line with leverage on us. Then that's a crappy alignment by us as coaches and by the scheme. Let's call something different. So anyway, so that's where it's just a little bit different. And it's just one of those that in the linebacker room, we've just had to get over the fact of it's not a scheme drill, it's a technique and fundamentals drill, and it's a toughness drill. So, yeah. Oh, great question. Anybody else? Otherwise, good? All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming.